Hi, I'm Jamie Hamilton. I'm the simulator technician at the University of North Dakota School of Medicine and Health Sciences Simulation Center. With UND moving to the Zoom platform for meetings, trainings, and classes, I thought it would be handy to put together a presentation on some of the easiest to implement do's and don'ts of video conferencing. This is a general overview on professionalism in video conferencing. It is by no means all-inclusive or authoritative in nature. Video is, of course, the major portion of video conferencing. What you do or don't do, have or don't have in your frame can be a source of distraction for others on the video call. To make it easier for you to adjust what's in the frame with you, enable the mirror effect. This makes it so that you see yourself as if you were looking in a mirror, as opposed to looking at you as someone else sees you. When you raise your right hand, the hand on the right side of your screen should raise too. If you have more than one monitor, make sure that your camera is on the same monitor that has the views of the other people in the meeting. It's awkward and distracting when you're talking and everyone else sees you in profile. You also want the camera to be within an inch or two of eye level. For lighting, avoid overhead lights and backlighting. Overhead lights can cast shadows on your eyes, making you look kind of demonic. Backlighting can make your face dark and can whitewash the background. The background you have can be distracting as well, whether it's too busy or too sterile. If you've set up your home office in your bedroom, it can be distracting to see if you have a mess or anything else that you might have in there. If you have just a blank white wall, that can be rather distracting as well. Objects in the foreground of the frame can be distracting. For example, if your drink is in view, or if you ignored the camera at eye level and it's sitting on your keyboard, we might be able to see your fingers when you're typing, and your fingers will look really huge. If you're on a laptop, walking around is also very distracting, and could make some people dizzy. Other people can be very distracting too, if they're not part of the video conference, as seen in this example.
Happen all the time. The question is, how do democracies respond to those scandals?
And what will it mean for the wider region? I think one of your children has just walked in. I mean, shifting sands in the region. Do you think relations with the North may change?
I would be surprised if they do. Pardon me.
That's right, carry on.
My apologies.
What's this going to mean for the region?
My apologies. South Korea's policy choices on North Korea have been.
On a conference call, whether a video conference or just a phone conference, it's best to join a meeting muted. That way, if you're trying to troubleshoot something and muttering to yourself, nobody else in the meeting hears it and is distracted by it. If you're the host, you can set up the meeting so that participants can join automatically muted. There should be settings for both of these. If you get an echo or feedback, make sure to use headphones to eliminate that. When in the meeting, make sure that you look at the camera when you're talking, not at yourself or at the other participants lower down on your screen. Admittedly, this is very hard to do. If you're in a swivel chair, don't be swinging around. This is also really hard to avoid, as we generally want to be moving. Also, make sure you wear pants. Sure, no one else should be able to see whether you're wearing pants or anything else, but if you need to unexpectedly get up, for example, to get a Kleenex or to get a kid out of something, it could get pretty awkward. Here's an example of a Zoom meeting with various backgrounds, lightings, settings, and distractions.
Profession is one of the only professions that say that we can never get involved with a former client ever, regardless of how long it's been, versus some other professions say a few years or whatever. I think it really depends on just the ethical standards of the profession, and in reality I've heard that social work kind of has very high standards.
I stopped the video here because what happens next you really don't need to see. If you want to find out, you can go find the video on your own. Needless to say, she needed to use the bathroom. It escaped her that she was on a video conference with a bunch of other people with her camera going. Don't be her.